Some actors walk away from a role with trophies, others leave with scars. From Martin Sheen's real blood in Apocalypse Now to Daniel Craig's torn knee as Bond, these performances demanded more than anyone expected. Martin Sheen's intense performance in Apocalypse Now left him with scars both seen and unseen. On his 36th birthday, while filming the now-famous hotel room meltdown, Sheen was drunk for real and threw himself fully into the role. In the heat of the moment, he punched a mirror with his bare hand, shattering it and slicing himself open. The blood pouring down his arm in the final cut isn't fake, it's his own. Refusing treatment, Sheen insisted they keep rolling, and the scar in his hand remains as proof. Later in production, the actor also suffered a near-fatal heart attack, cementing the film as one of his most punishing experiences. Daniel Craig gave everything to his role as James Bond, but Spectre left him with an injury he'll carry forever. During an intense fight scene with Dave Bautista's hulking villain, Craig tore his knee badly enough to require surgery. Doctors warned the production could be delayed for half a year, but Craig pushed through, insisting on continuing with the film. He performed stunts with his knee braced and endured the pain until cameras wrapped. The damage, however, was permanent. Bruce Willis became an action legend with Die Hard, but the film left him with a lasting wound. During one intense shootout scene, he fired a gun too close to his ear. The blast was so powerful that it caused permanent damage, leaving him with 2/3 partial hearing loss in his left ear. Over the years, this injury has affected not just his work, but even simple conversations at the dinner table with his family. Mads Mikkelsen's toughest injury didn't come from a brutal stunt, but from an off-camera accident on the Salvation. While messing around with a heavy knife he'd bought locally, he dropped it and nearly sliced his finger clean off. Because he couldn't wear a bandage on set, the wound stayed open as filming continued. Shot in the dusty plains of South Africa, the injury quickly became infected, and local doctors even considered amputating the finger. Mikkelsen begged them to wait, and after a course of antibiotics, he narrowly avoided losing it. Al Pacino's transformation into Tony Montana in Scarface came with real-life scars. To sell his character's constant cocaine use, Pacino spent weeks snorting powder substitutes on camera, enough to cause lasting damage to his nasal passages. The violence of the film brought more pain. During the climactic shootout, he grabbed the scorching hot barrel of his machine gun and burned his hand so badly it temporarily fused to the weapon, forcing him off set for weeks. Even before filming began, chaos struck. Michelle Pfeiffer's explosive audition left Pacino with a bloody cut on his hand. Scarface changed his career and left permanent marks on his body. Steve Martin may be best known for his comedy, but one role left him with a condition that never went away. While filming the 1986 comedy Three Amigos, Martin was surrounded by constant gunfire during shootout scenes. Not long after, he developed tinnitus, a relentless ringing in the ears that he's lived with ever since. Though Martin later admitted that years of loud music may have also played a part, the timing lined up with the film's production. Angelina Jolie took on daring stunts for Salt, from balancing on a 12-story ledge to leaping onto a moving truck. But surprisingly, it wasn't the extreme action that left her with a lasting injury. During what should have been a simple floor roll in a fight sequence, she rushed into the corner of a set piece and hit her head. The accident left her with a permanent scar on her face, a reminder that sometimes the most ordinary scenes can be the most dangerous. For all the risks Jolie faced in high-wire stunts, it was this small mishap that marked her forever. Jessica Chastain's Oscar-winning turn in the eyes of Tammy Faye came with a hidden cost. To transform into televangelist Tammy Faye, she endured 4 to 7 hours of makeup every single day. The heavy layers of cosmetics weren't just uncomfortable. Chastain later admitted they likely left permanent damage to her skin. Despite being meticulous about skincare and sun protection, the constant weight and stretch of the prosthetics and paint took their toll. Mila Kunis pushed her body to extremes for Black Swan, taking a method approach to look like a professional ballerina. To achieve the fragile frame, she limited herself to just 1,200 calories a day and leaned on cigarettes to suppress her appetite. At her lowest, she weighed only 95 pounds, skin, bones, and muscle packed into a frame far smaller than normal. The transformation worked for the role, but the aftermath lingered. Kunis later admitted her body was never the same, with the weight she regained redistributing in completely different ways. The physical cost of Black Swan stayed with her long after filming wrapped. Jared Leto took his method acting to a painful extreme for Chapter 27. To To transform into Mark David Chapman, he packed on 67 pounds in just weeks, relying on a diet that included microwaved ice cream mixed with olive oil and soy sauce. The rapid weight gain shocked his body, leading to gout so severe he needed a wheelchair by the end of filming. Recovery was slow. It took about a year before he felt close to normal again, and even then, he admitted his body never fully recovered from the damage. Winona Ryder's worst injury didn't come from a gritty drama, but from the comedy Mr. Deeds. While filming a bike scene with Adam Sandler down the Central Park steps, her heel got caught in a pedal, sending her crashing hard. She didn't realize the full extent of the damage until the next morning, when doctors confirmed her arm was broken in 3 places. Amazingly, because the breaks were at her joints, she avoided a cast and continued filming. But the bad luck didn't end there. Later that year, the same arm was rebroken when a news camera smashed into her during a courthouse frenzy. Blake Lively's leap into the spy action world with the rhythm section nearly ended before it began. While filming a high-intensity sequence, she severely injured her hand, an accident that at first seemed minor but quickly turned into something much bigger. The initial surgery didn't fix the damage, forcing her to undergo multiple additional procedures just to heal properly. Production on the film shut down for months as she focused on recovery. Though she eventually returned to finish the project, the injury was a stark reminder that even something as small as a hand wound can derail a major Hollywood film. Bruce Campbell's cult classic horror debut in The Evil Dead came with real pain that never went away. During the grueling, low-budget shoot, Campbell broke his ankle in the middle of a take. Instead of shutting down production, director Sam Raimi and producer Rob Tappert forced him to keep going, even mocking him by poking at the injury with sticks between takes. Campbell pushed through to finish the film, but the damage was lasting. Decades later, he still favors that ankle, a permanent reminder of the punishing conditions that brought the bloody, chaotic horror masterpiece to life. John Hawkes pushed his body to dangerous limits to portray Mark O'Brien in The Sessions. To mimic the real man's severely curved spine and limited mobility, Hawkes spent hours lying on a specially shaped piece of foam that forced his body into an unnatural position. What began as discomfort soon caused lasting harm. His doctor later warned that the strain had shifted his internal organs and permanently altered his spine. Even yoga between takes couldn't undo the damage. Hawkes walked away from the role with critical acclaim, but also with a body that would never fully recover from the physical toll of his commitment. Burt Reynolds made a career out of daring action roles, but his first big movie nearly broke him. While filming Deliverance, he insisted on going over a waterfall himself instead of letting a dummy take the plunge. What seemed like a bold choice quickly turned dangerous when the released water surged like a tidal wave. Reynolds slammed into a rock at the bottom, cracking his tailbone. The injury never fully healed. He admitted he still felt the pain more than 4 decades later.